Welcome to Florida, where the sun is hot, the beaches are beautiful, and the alligators are, well, you just might find one swimming in your backyard. What do thirsty alligators drink?
Gatorade.
Before you decide to move here, you might want to check out this video. Hold on, I gotta see that again. Wow, was that something or what? Did you notice how he never lost his cigar? He even went under the water, came back out, got the alligator out, got the dog out of the alligator's mouth, and not one time did he lose that cigar. I watched some interviews they did with him, and he said it was just a natural reaction. He didn't even think first. He just jumped right in and saved his cute little 3-month-old puppy. And it turned out that the puppy only had some minor little bruises and cuts, and the gentleman only had a few cuts on his fingers. And I suppose the alligator just swam away. There was no mention of what they did with the alligator. This right here is 100% not true. Have there been some sightings of me with some pretty famous alligators? I'll let you decide. Now, what's going on in this video, I promise you are not gonna find in no welcome center, welcome to Florida brochure. Now, throughout my real estate career, have I leaped in the face of danger with alligators? You betcha. There was this one time I had this wonderful couple, and I was selling their property, which was on a little body of water. They wanted a bigger, more beautiful body of water with lots of natural wildlife. The wife enjoyed sitting at the window while she worked and watched the birds, any wildlife, turtles, outside her window throughout the day. It made her very, very happy. I truly believe to this day that was the #1 criteria for purchasing their new property. And as a result of that, we found them an amazing, gorgeous, beautiful home inside and out. The view she now has is spectacular. It's in Ormond Beach in a subdivision called Ormond Lakes, and it is just breathtaking. It is an older community, really well kept up, with other pockets of water throughout. So the day I was showing the property to them, we were walking around out back, and we're kind of walking up to the natural preserve that is in their backyard. Little did I know how much wildlife was in that water. I'm kind of somewhat close to the edge, just kind of looking out to see what's going on, and up comes an alligator. I was like, wow! And I started running for the home. I don't know what they found was so funny about that. You could even see along the banks where the alligators would normally lay and rest or sunbathe, but as soon as somebody walks by, they normally jump back in. The alligator never came out of the water, but I was like so scared. So of course we have the home inspection because this is the home they decided they want. I'm on the back porch this time, not going in the backyard, and now I see baby alligators. I'm like, oh my goodness. The wife couldn't be happier. A few weeks go by after we close, and they invite me to their housewarming party. I get there, the house is decked out to the nines. I'm like, wow, is this the perfect home for them? Of course, a few minutes later, it's time for dinner. We all go ahead and tour the home. Absolutely stunning. I'm super excited. I'm so thankful that they brought me back to see this beautiful home with their friends. And then it happens. They announce dinner is on the back patio.
I was like, why do they hate me so bad?
The home is perfectly safe. It's a wonderful home. They absolutely love it. They even said there's wild boars at night. So I'm so happy for them. There's no limit to what I will do to help my clients find their perfect dream home. What do you call an alligator with a camera? A snapper. If you think that last video was something, you gotta check out this young man who is so brave captures an alligator with a garbage can. Check it out.
Oh. You going back? You going back? I'm going back too. Baby, watch out! Watch out! Get the down, Inaya. Right there. Hey, let me know when the hand go on the side. Let me know. Somebody let me know when the hand go on the side of the thing. I got you. Yeah. All right, let him go, bro.
Wow, talk about crazy, talk about being brave. Were you on the edge of your seat throughout that video? I sure was. Let's see what happens next.
Don't ruin the water.
Wow, isn't that something?
That was crazy.
I watched another video where this young man was interviewed. He's like 26 years old. He said his Army skills kicked in. What a nice guy that was. I wouldn't recommend it. I would always recommend to call animal control, and I believe that's what they suggested to him as well. But one neat thing I thought was, while he was pushing that can across the street and down that hill, he said it was very scary there. It was thrashing in the can, like he could feel the strength of this alligator with its tail just whipping. I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't even think of that. He was just really holding on to that can. What a brave guy. Something I promise I would never do. I wouldn't even better sitting by there watching them film this guy. Oh my goodness. Okay, one last cheesy alligator joke. What do you call an alligator wearing a vest? An investigator. Now, I've had many other times showing properties where my life was on the line. Just kidding. But we do see alligators from time to time. One time I was doing a final walkthrough on a newly built home out at Latitudes, Margaritaville. And we get to the back of the home and we're looking out the screen pool. They're sunbathing just a little bit away where they had cleared some more land with an alligator. They seem perfectly fine with it. Another time in beautiful Plantation Bay, another gorgeous subdivision in Ormond. It's a huge subdivision with, again, pockets of water throughout. We're in this property showing it. We get to the backyard and we see an alligator just swimming. It was far enough out. I'm like, I'm gonna go get a photo or a video of this. I go outside the screen door and it must have seen me because it went down. Like I would just see its little eyes. It was hiding from me. So we went back in, finished the tour of the home, and then I said, let me go check on this alligator, see if it's still out there. It was raised up again, just kind of swimming around, looking for food, I suppose. And I tried one more time to walk out and it went down. So I guess some alligators are a little more bashful than others. Now, many of you know I used to live in Pelican Bay, another beautiful, beautiful subdivision with lots and lots of pockets of water. I knew moving in there was a good chance there would be alligators. And after I had moved in, sometimes in the community page, they would post alligators on the golf course. Another time, a neighbor told me alligators started walking into her garage. This lady lived about 5 doors down from me. I said, what did you do? How did you get it out? And she said she walked out in the garage. Her daughter had left the garage door open. She got startled, so she threw the banana that was in her hand, and for whatever reason, the alligator turned around and left. I would have been so scared. Now, it would get pretty dark there in Pelican Bay, and with the water everywhere, if I did, for whatever reason, walk outside in the dark, whether it be real early in the morning or late at night, maybe to take the garbage can to the curb, I tell you what, I was looking everywhere, hitting those floodlights on. I knew they were there. I was not gonna walk near no water, and especially at night. Like with anything, just be careful. But I had not heard of anyone getting attacked in Pelican Bay. Unfortunately, there was this elderly lady who recently made the news. She was walking her little dog along the water in her subdivision, and out of nowhere jumps this enormous alligator and tries to grab her little dog. And when she jerked the dog away, she tripped, and the alligator dragged her in the water by grabbing her leg. The lady, unfortunately, did not survive the incident. It was caught on several of the neighbors' Ring doorbells. It was very, very sad. You can never be too careful here when you have a small dog. This is not the first case, again, unfortunately. And sadly, it may never be the last. Dogs are prime target for alligators. If you do come here, keep your dog away from the water, and small children, of course. And you yourself, be careful, just don't risk it. Now, the Everglades, as many of you know, is just thriving with alligators. There are tons of alligators. Throughout my research, they are stating that there are 1.3 million alligators in the state of Florida.
Who went and counted them? I don't know.
We have Alligator Alley, which is an 80-mile stretch from Naples to Fort Lauderdale, goes right through the Everglades. There's also Lake George. Lake George has the most alligators of any body of water in the state of Florida. It is a shallow lake on the St. Johns River. Then we also have Lake Jesup. I had read a report that supposedly years ago, Lake Jesup was the dumping ground for alligators. If you were to have caught an alligator, you were to release it in Lake Jesup, which would explain why they have hundreds of alligators in Lake Jesup, which is also one of the largest lakes in the state of Florida. They estimate over 400 gators per mile, which makes Lake Jesup one of the prime spots to see alligators in Florida. Now, we also have alligator farms and alligator parks, which I truly enjoy going to every year or so. I don't go all the time. Once you've been there, you've kind of seen it. It's a beautiful day just to see how they are living and thriving in these parks and farms, and they usually have like little educational classes, which makes it kind of neat too. Overall, we all need to live together. Just be very careful. If you come here or you're living here, just be careful, especially around big pockets of water or walking through the woods. You never know who's lurking out there just waiting for you. And if you like finding out more about Florida, you just might want to watch these videos. Till next time.